I was fired from Google. I was one of the 12,000 employees impacted by the mass layoffs announced in January. And now I'm going to return my badge and my computer. And for me, this is the most embarrassing and shameful as it can get. But it made me realize one important thing. Nope, doesn't work. It made me realize that I'm not as spiritual as I thought. Hi there, I am a former employee that was laid off, and I'm looking to return my computer, my badge.
What's your name?
Anthony Maroon, last name Maroon, like the color, M-A-R-O-O-N. Okay, thank you. This is as embarrassing as it gets, but you get to be the man for the job. My badge. I'm guessing I'm not the first of these that you've processed.
For me, yeah, I'm not a regular receptionist.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, today's your lucky day. You get to figure this out. No, it's okay. It's the end of a chapter for me. Yeah, exactly. And it was shocking, but like Aristotle said, every good ending is both unpredictable and inevitable. You know, you've heard that one. All right, we'll do.
In the meantime, you want your badge, right?
Yeah, do I still work here? It doesn't seem to be working at all.
Oh, no.
Like, at midnight last night, I still had corp access.
That's a sensitive joke. I'm hoping it's a joke for your case, but it's a sensitive joke to someone who's like, oh, nice to meet one of you.
Thanks, yeah.
Oh, man,
Good luck,
I'll
I
swap
guess.
with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, thank you. I want to make sure I did what I had to do. Okay.
So you can just leave that.
All right, this is it, the handoff. Thank you. That was hard to do, but the reality of the situation is starting to sink in. And a little bit of relief, too. I mean, at least I no longer have the feeling of impending doom. I guess there's been enough distance from the trauma of the news. It was a Friday morning, and the first thing I did was get up and check my email in preparation for the workday like I normally do. But I didn't have access on my cell phone for some reason. I then checked my laptop and I didn't have access there either. But when I looked at my personal email, I did have access to that. And the first thing I noticed was an email from Google with the title, Notice Regarding Your Employment. I was devastated. But actually, not really. At first, I thought it was an elaborate phishing attempt. And a sophisticated one because they had my work email address, my personal email, my telephone number, my physical address. But then I checked the news and noticed the article from our CEO with the announcement. I was in shock, but I had to take my son to school that morning, and I could tell that he could tell what was going on, that something was up. And the first thing that came to mind was to tell him, I'm sorry. You see, I was devastated because I still identified too much with my job and money and with the comfort of my lifestyle, a lot of which revolved around my work, what I did for a living. And now I realize how much I identified with my job. I enjoyed working for the company and I enjoyed all the perks that went along with it. I could have easily been fully absorbed in it and have my happiness exclusively based on it. Now, luckily, I still have these videos and my spiritual pursuits. Imagine if my whole identity revolved around the company. 18 years of my identity just pulled out from under me, just ripped away all of a sudden. Now, if I were really spiritual, I wouldn't remain as devastated as I am. I'd be able to easily shift to realize that what I really am can't be disturbed or hurt in the way my ego can. The deeper part of me, the reality of what we really are, is perfect and complete. And the perennial philosophy of many spiritual and religious traditions is that we can have a self-realization or a God realization that allows for the union with that. But I like the teachings of Abraham Hicks that talk about an alignment with our inner beings or source or infinite intelligence. I mean, can we really be one with it or just aligned with it? In our human form, I don't think we can fully become the infinite until we die, maybe. But at least we can align with it as best we can. Rupert Spira talks about thinking and acting in accordance with and consistent with the felt understanding of our true nature. And I like that positioning too. As long as we're in these personal bodies, we're going to have the instinct to survive and to take care of ourselves and our families. I don't really think we can ever fully identify with a transcendent spiritual reality of who we really are. We're going to always identify to some degree at least with our personal worldly selves and be driven to things that make us happy as individuals. I was just listening to one of Rupert's video clips, and he says that the happiness we get from our worldly pursuits and the unconditional happiness of our true nature is the exact same happiness. So what's wrong with the worldly pursuit of happiness? Well, they're unreliable, the whole impermanent thing of Buddhism. And I just experienced firsthand how devastatingly impermanent things can be. Rupert just published a book called You Are the Happiness You Seek. I need to read it, but his teachings I've been exposed to so far are all about that. He teaches that peace and happiness are the qualities of our true nature. It's inherent to what we really are. It's kind of our natural resting state. And we can notice that upon the fulfillment of something we want. If I got a new job right now, I would feel relieved, but it's not because of the new job. The sense of relief comes from no longer needing to find a new job, to have to look for one to support myself and my family. That desire would be fulfilled. We wrongly interpret the resulting happiness to be caused by the acquisition of the object or circumstance we desire. But it's the relief of getting what we want, of no longer having to seek it, that precipitates our happiness. It's that brief moment of release or a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. It's the cessation of our desires that reveals the happiness of our true nature. It's the cessation of pursuing things that make us happy and avoiding things that don't. As Rupert says, that's when we realize the lasting happiness that is continually available within ourselves, irrespective of circumstances. It's what Abraham refers to as unconditional happiness. To be at peace with where we are, content with what we have right now. And there's one thing in my life that I am content with right now. One thing that's remaining consistent. At least one part of my life that isn't in upheaval. It's keeping me the most grounded right now. It's the one thing I don't have to chase in order to be happy. Or as Rupert would say, it can be just a celebration or expression of our innate happiness. What up, guys? Oh, you guys all coming with me? Yeah. I love when you come out in a gang. It's a good excuse. It's a good excuse right here. I love you.
Whoa! This camera's crazy. How do you,
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Anthony.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. But for the rest, I'm very much a work in progress. And from now on, I'm not going to pretend to be spiritual anymore, or at least not more spiritual than I actually am. Instead, I'm searching for spirituality, and I definitely haven't found it yet. But that's what this channel is about. It's about my search, my journey. Like and comment if this resonated with you, and subscribe below to follow me on my journey. See you next time. Okay. All right.